Day 4 of this World Cup, and Costa Rica and Serbia were to start proceedings. Serbia, they topped a group involving Wales, Republic of Ireland and Austria. They were fairly consistent throughout, but it wasn't enough to save their coach, Muslim, who was dismissed for failing to accommodate new and rising star Milinkovic Savic. Three players who Serbia would heavily depend on would be Tadic, Matic and Mitrovic, all Premier best players. They were 3 of 8 that played in the English league. In the English league, there were other stalwarts such as Alexander Kolarov and Ivanovic, who was to be the Serbia's all-time leading player with a total of 104 appearances, the highest of all time. Milinkovic Savic had scored 14 goals from midfield for Lazio, and this is actually his first game, so a lot was expected from him. Serbia shocked Germany at the 2010 World Cup. They didn't appear at the 2014, or did they? But yeah, they shocked Germany, and so they had they'd be looking to Mitrovic, who had scored 6 goals in the qualifiers, and it was very important for their fans that he was on form. As for Costa Rica, the Ticos, they finished second with 16 points. Despite not winning the last 3 games, they qualified behind Mexico. They were the side who were the biggest surprises at the 2014 World Cup, enjoying a fairy tale ride all the way to the quarterfinals, where they eventually lost to the Dutch on penalties. They originally topped a group with England, Italy and Uruguay, having gone in as the rank outsiders. It was a moment that really they enjoyed the victories over Italy and Costa Rica. This is their 5th World Cup. They've won 3 of their opening 5 ties. They shocked Scotland and of course Uruguay in Brazil. The Ticos were their main strengths was their defence, but the real concern was the lack of a natural goal scorer. Joel Campbell had only made 2 starts this season. He'd been on loan for 6 months, but he started today on the bench. The undoubted main star there was the Real Madrid goalkeeper Navas, who, on the strength of his performances in 2014, got a move and has won the Champions League 3 times. There's a slightly less expected from this aging squad at this tournament. They were expected to play at 4-5-1, and it would be the manager Oscar Ramirez is the coach by default, when Paulo Wanchop got himself into a scuffle and he had to resign. So with Brazil also in this group, it's very important that these sides really took something from this. As for the game, Serbia started with intent, and so did Costa Rica in the opening moments, with the ball smashed off the Costa Rica line, and following, very soon Gonzalez headed the ball straight into the hands of the Serbian keeper. There was a good pace to the game, with both sets of fans pleased and excited. Then Gonzalez from the corner, poor defending from Serbia, and he missed a gilt-edged opportunity, sending his header straight over the bar. It was a poor miss for an opportunity that should have been taken. Then the outstretched arm from Navas deflected from a dangerous position the cross from Ivanovic. The fine tempo continued. Serbia having the majority of the possession. Calvot became the first man booked following a very heavy challenge on one of the Serbian players. Serbia thought they were in when Milinkovic-Savic showed superb control, but yeah, he just couldn't get he just couldn't get enough on it, and he was deemed offside anyway. So Serbia continued to be dominant. Costa showed their defensive discipline, organisation, and there was even a time for Urinai, who made space on the edge, and was unfortunately he was unable to keep the ball down and skied his effort right over, screwed it wide, and Calvo soon came in on the right, but the effort ended with his shot being screwed right at the towards the near post. Then there was Mitrovic then attempted this spectacular back to goal, great technique, and a bicycle kick which was sent straight into the palms of the Navas, who had little trouble making the effort, but it was a very spectacular moment. So so there was a stalemate. They went into half time, and there was a good start made by Serbia, and Navas once again was brought into the action to keep out Mitrovic, who was clean through on goal, and it was a major escape for Costa, but it was a poor miss and it should have been in front. It was Navas able to make the low save. Then Mitrovic once again, he was claimed he was held back, but as his header was directed off target. Then 10 minutes in, Alexander Kolarov, who looked to doubt for a moment during the warm-up, he started to hobble, but then a free kick was awarded on the edge of the penalty area, and then as he'd done in the past, the swing of his left boot had curled his effort over the wall, and straight into the corner. It's just what the game needed, and with Costa Rica needing to come out, it was an exciting prospect for the remaining time. But also they went behind in 2014 to Uruguay and came back. Serbia seemed to change their shape, their style. They fell back and became a more defensive system. Joel Campbell came on 66 minutes, and he threatened to burst through within 5 minutes, but he was unable to make the sufficient effort to make inroads. Then space opened up on the right, and Milinkovic-Savic, but he blasted woefully over when he should have actually done much better. Then Costa a couple of yards out, also the same. The ball hit his shin when all he needed to do was to direct it into an open goal. Then Mitrovic then was asking for a penalty when he merely just tripped over his own feet as he burst through on goal. It was his second gilt-edged opportunity. And then it was the second fantastic ball from Milinkovic-Savic, who was definitely showing his talent and looking very important for the side today also. And then once again, Costa with a sight on goal, he just placed his effort way over. It's getting all desperate for Costa Rica. 5 minutes of stoppage time, and then the scuffle ensued on the touchline between Matic and the Costa staff on the line, and then then Brian Brewers was given offside, and his effort was just blazed high and over. It was a never-ending game, and then VAR was required in the final moments, and with the yellow card issued as a result of it. So Serbia deservedly held on, and Costa Rica would have to defeat Brazil in their second game, which looks at this moment a very tall order. But Serbia deservedly winners.